You're watching 5 Star Takes with Tony Deppen. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like it, and also watch my fucking podcast with these guys because it was great.
Man, we had so much fun doing the show the other day. Isaac and I did. And by the way, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, please go back and watch it. We had a
Oh
really
my
great
God, the
interview with
cold
Johnny
hard
Pierce.
truth, man. The cold hard truth, Johnny Pierce, a
So,
new up and comer, man.
a little bit of a confession with that. Every time he said cold hard truth, I thought our truth and I was wanting to go, "What's up?"
The cold hard truth, man. Yeah, the cold hard truth. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely check out that interview. Check out all their other ones, Tony Deppen, Mullet Man, and if
Us
you have
just talking
other,
about random stuff.
yeah. Plus all the other ones. So go check it out. And
Yeah, and we actually got Shane with us this time. We couldn't do a show this week without him. We had to do
no,
something.
we need Shane in the house. He's
Yeah.
he's the best of us.
Just listen to it
uh,
in his voice.
he's got the enthusiasm of Tigger the Tiger and the melancholy of Eeyore.
Oh, I feel the melancholy of Eeyore deep in my soul.
Oh, Bob.
Whoa!
Deep in
Little
my
throwback to
soul.
Pixar. It didn't happen. Which Isaac, great job with that.
Dude, you're the one who has like 16 pictures with Cody Rhodes.
Was 4.
Yeah, okay.
He hit
This
that
is
one out
not.
of the park. So
That's enough.
all right, guys. Well, we're just here. We got a special episode we decided to do. We had so much fun doing the interview. We really didn't do anything else. And one of the things I wanted to get in this week was talking about All In, which is going to be happening on Sunday, and give our predictions. So we're gonna go to our intro video, and then when we come back, we're gonna start previewing them, giving our takes on the matches. So stick around. Hello, everybody. I told you we would still be here. We hope you are as well too. Guys, what do you say? Let's just get right into it. Let's start talking about the big show going on this weekend in over in London. All in.
All in.
All in.
There's a
All in.
show. I don't watch AEW, man. I'm gonna be just guessing on all of this.
Well, you
Pure
can't really
pure
do much worse
instinct.
than you really can't do much worse than you have been. And speaking of which, here we're gonna bring up the scoreboard of where we all stand with our the elite contest. We got Shane in the lead right now at 11-3, and this is encompassing. We did Money in the Bank, NXT, and then that was that weekend, and then we did SummerSlam. So this is our first AEW pay-per-view. We're going to be predicting this part of this.
And look at this. There's probably 14 matches on this card alone, so we're gonna be able to completely change the outcome of this fucking game.
Either that, or Isaac's going to fall even deeper into the hole he's dug himself into.
I'm going full in, man, for the basement, so I can get first round draft pick next season.
That's not the kind of I don't.
Is that not how this works?
Picking here. There's no draft picking
Oh shit,
here.
that's not how this works.
Nope. So, all right. So the first match we have is going to be the match that's going to be on 0 Hour, and that is Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway against CMLL Women's Champion Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. And the stipulation in this match is The winning team gets to pick the stipulation for the Chris Statlander Willow Nightingale match that's going to be happening at All Out a couple weeks later.
Oh, I'm going Statlander and Stokely, Carmichael or whatever for sure. Those
Shane?
guys are.
Oh, sorry.
Those guys are champions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like a pre-show match. I mean, I feel like Ishii and Willow are, kind of just thrown together. I feel like, they've spent a lot of time, on this Statlander heel turn, and they'll want to, run with that. So I've got Statlander and Stokely.
Okay, hell yeah! Look at that.
You know what? I'm gonna triple down on that and stuff, because usually when you have these types of matches, it's usually the heels that get to pick the match and stuff. So I'm gonna go with Statlander and Stokely as well too. But well, you know what? I will save my talk for when we get to All Out predictions, when we come to talk about Statlander versus Willow, what I think is going to happen there. So
All
so all three of us here are Statlander and Stokely. So we're moving on to the main show, and I'm just going by the way the order of these matches were listed on Wikipedia. So I'm sure this is probably obviously not the order that they're going to air, but starting off the main show, we've got Timeless Toni Storm defending the AEW Women's World Championship against the winner of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament this year, the Glamour Mariah May. And honestly, this has probably had, out of all of the matches on this card, it's probably had the best build-up, in my opinion. I think this stuff they've been doing with Toni Storm and Mariah May, going back to almost a year ago when Mariah May debuted, has been phenomenal. And I'm going to come right out and say it. I think, this one, I went back and forth on a lot of these matches, which is a good thing, because none of us really know or probably what's going to happen. And I just think at this point, Toni Storm's had a nice run for the title, but I feel like Mariah May's going to shock the world. And I think we're going to be looking at your new AEW Women's World Champion. So I'm going Mariah May.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like there's no real point in keeping the belt on Toni Storm at this point. I feel like everything, like you just said, that you've done over the past, kind of year or so has led to, this moment. And this will allow Toni Storm to turn face again and, kind of run the gambit of heels. And, Mariah May will, really put a crown on the story.
Ooh, I'm going Toni Storm, because I don't know any of that stuff that's going on. So I just go with that name because I like that they do her in black and white, and that she looks hot when they do that.
You like the black and white thing?
Yeah, dude, it's great. It's a great gimmick.
It is a great presentation. I really like it when they do this, like when they're both on the screen, or like, whoever Toni's going up against, they do her side black and white, and then whoever she's going against in color. I really like that effect.
Even the picture that she took when she was at the wedding and everyone was in color and she was in black and white was great. Mm-hmm. It was like all the ladies and shit there. It was just, it's a good gimmick. But anyway, yeah. For no other reason than I like the gimmick. Give me Toni Storm.
All right.
I'm going in the hole already, I can tell.
I thought you liked going in the hole.
Oh, all of them, yeah. Give them to
me. All right, next up we have one of the probably matches that's going to be one of the most talked about, most looked forward to matches on the card is MJF defending the AEW. Technically, it's the International Championship, but he's calling it the American Championship against former champion Will Ospreay. And Isaac, you kick us off with who you think's going to take this match.
Oh, I gotta stick with my tribe member Maxwell, Jacob Freeman, MJF. Man, Jews got to stick together.
Shane,
this one I think is pretty tough to predict. I feel like there's benefits to both men winning, but I know that I sent Ospreay, but like in the chat, but I think I'm gonna reverse that. I think I'm gonna go with MJF just because
Okay.
I feel like there's going to be a pretty big, babyface win later in the show. And what would be a bigger heel move than MJF cheating to beat Osprey in front, at Wembley in front of his home turfman.
That's a really good take. And again, this match is another one that I went back and forth on and stuff. But I'm honestly gonna just stand on my own. I'm gonna stand alone in this one. I think Osprey gets the title back. He's gonna get that big, win in front of his home country. 50,000 people. It's gonna rival, British Bulldog when he beat Bret Hart. It's gonna be that type of reaction when he wins the championship, and I think that's what they're going for. So I think Osprey gets the title back because I think MJF is going to move on back into the world title picture. I think after this, or he's going to be watching that. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Will Osprey once again, your AEW International Champion, and I'm not. This was just pure coincidence. This wasn't planned out or anything. This is the first AEW related shirt that I saw. So,
All right.
so next up, we got
Things are getting interesting.
They are. So next up, we have the scapegoat Jack Perry versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship, and I believe this is going to be in a coffin match.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So Shane, what are your thoughts on this match here?
I mean, really, like, who cares?
Jack motherfucking Perry is gonna win this one. As much as I would rather see Darby Allin win, I don't see why you waste the momentum that Perry's got going.
Yeah, I mean, the stipulation to me, I could be a red herring, but this just seems like something, huge and stupid for Darby to get a big win and get a title back around his waist, because for the better part of 2 or 3 years he was tag teaming it, pretty much the whole time. I'm sure Dennis will correct me and tell me, but I don't. Has he won a singles championship in AEW?
Yeah, he's a former TNT champion. Actually,
He was okay. Yeah.
He's the one. I believe he's won it a couple of times. I know he was the one that took it off of Cody after he ended.
Oh yeah,
championship.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna stick with Darby because that's what I said.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so we got one vote for Jack, one vote for Darby. I'm gonna go with Isaac on this one. I think Jack Perry retains. Because you can't stop the momentum he's had since he's come back, and I also feel like Darby Allin's got bigger and brighter things ahead of him. He does actually have, as a result of winning that 2-ring battle royal match on the Rampage after Blood and Guts, that he's got a world championship match at Dynamite Grand Slam. So, and I feel like, maybe he should get the win to have that momentum going in, but I think Darby's super over. I think he's going to do some crazy, insane stunt that's going to get him where he's going to nearly kill himself. Either that's going to lead to his downfall, or there will be shenanigans from the Elite, but I feel like Jack Perry's going to retain on this one here. So we've got one more match we're going to preview here, and then we're going to take a quick little break while we kind of regroup ourselves for the second half of this very small preview show of All In. And our next match before we go to break is going to be for the TBS Championship. We have Mercedes Moné defending against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Guys, what do you think about this one?
Oh my god, this is the one where I'm like, who gives a shit? But I also know Mrs. Monet has that clause about getting to choose if she wins or loses, and I don't think she wants to lose. So I think she's going to win.
She has creative control?
I heard she has some creative control. Isn't that the truth?
In this day and age, it very well could be.
I don't know. I don't know. That's my guess, and that's why I'm guessing it. And I don't know shit. So
Shane?
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like this has to be a Mercedes debut. I mean, what's the point of the huge contract and putting her together with Camille and all of this and like I understand Britt Baker is like the ladies wrestler in AEW, but that's all the more reason why she should lose. Honestly. And also I feel like there's a high probability that maybe Jamie Hayter comes back and that's after the match and confronts Mercedes and maybe a returning Jamie a couple months down the line is when or maybe even at All Out is
Yeah.
who takes the belt off of Mercedes.
We could very well see that. Yeah, I feel like if Mercedes Moné doesn't win this match, I kind of feel like there's really not much else going on for her, and I think she kind of gets maybe in that it's kind of the waters get a little murkier, I guess would be the way to say it for her. So I just feel like there's more of a benefit for her right now keeping that championship around her waist. Like you said, the whole thing with Camille's just really starting to kind of hit its stride. And yeah, I think this is going to be a good match. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement here on this one that Monet is going to retain. So, all right, so we got about had the other second half of the show to talk about. But before we do that, we are going to take a quick commercial break. So stay with us, guys. Hey there, it's DDJ from 5 Star Takes, and when I come up to Milwaukee to see the Brewers play, there's one place that I always make it a point to stop at. Waukesha Sports Cards. Come on, let's go inside and check out what they got. Thank you. Thank you. Be sure to stop by one of their 3 locations or go to www.waukeshasportscards.com.
oh shit, you got to give me some goddamn Alan Ginters, man.
Man, they got and in addition to all the stuff that you saw in the commercial, they have so much more. They've got these trading cards. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. The guys up there, I just from my experiences up there, are top notch. Every single one of them is as nice as could be. The way they treat I've seen them interact with the kids there. I've seen them hand out free packs of cards to kids when they come into the store. I mean, their stuff is very reasonably priced. Everybody that works there is really great. Their autograph signings. I've never had a bad experience, and I always tell Chris, who owns the shop, and all the guys there, I said that because it takes me about 2 hours to get up there, and I tell them every time I come up here, you guys make that 2-hour drive worth it. So, to anybody who's watching this show, if you're near the Waukesha, Wisconsin area, or if you're going to a Brewers game, please go check them out because they got a lot of really cool stuff. And Isaac, just a real quick scoring update. Your A's right there. They're only in the top of the second, but they're already up 1-0. So, but it's still early.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see what happens.
There's about 8 more innings to give up 17 runs.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't even know. I couldn't name a single player on that team right now. Yeah, nor do I know who our manager is. I don't know anything about him anymore.
Yeah, no, he was
playing.
He was opening that baseball box yesterday, and I was like telling him about baseball rookies, and I don't think I haven't watched a whole baseball game in
It fucking
my
breaks my
whole life.
heart because I love baseball, the sport, more than almost any other sport. I mean, pro wrestling is right up there, but baseball I love even more.
It's so much
And
fun.
it's hard when your team gets taken away from you and destroyed. And since 2020, when they really just it became clear that was what was happening, I haven't watched a game since the 2019 season.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I just refuse to be an NFL like team fan, man. When I started watching NFL, I was like, what team am I gonna root for? And I was like, I could either be a bandwagoner or sentence myself to a lifetime of hardship and pain.
Welcome to my
And I
life.
chose to work in a restaurant.
Welcome to my life as a Bears fan. Although this year is, I think, going to be the first, hopefully, many successful run for my beloved Chicago Bears.
I hear that every year. I feel like
Chicago.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. So back to the show here. Next up on their list. It's going to be kind of hard, I think, to pick this one because we don't really know exactly everybody that's going to be in this match. But we have the Casino Gauntlet match going on where the winner gets a future AEW World Championship shot. I believe guys like Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Hangman Page, Evil Uno. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of guys that you really don't see, or just, a lot of the mid-card guys or something.
I got my pick.
Who's your pick for this?
The guy in the fancy fucking new suit with the fucking Electron Tron look. The man, the luchador.
Hologram?
Yeah, hologram.
All right, hologram. That's an interesting pick.
There you go.
Shane, what about you?
Write it down. Put it on the book.
So I haven't seen any hologram. Have we seen the color of hologram skin?
He's brown.
He's Hispanic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know anything about it because my pick is Big Dick Trev.
A surprising. That's a
yeah.
Because they did just confirm he signed.
Yeah.
So like my kind of again, I barely watch Dynamite. I will sit in the room while Dynamite is on and sometimes pay attention most weeks.
So wait, so the winner gets a title shot at which title?
The world title.
Is that the one that MJF and Ospreay are fighting for?
No, it's the AEW World Championship.
So yeah, no, I was just asking because like if it was like a suicide situation where like different people could play him, I could totally see where maybe he was hologram, you know what I mean? And they kind of try to work the crowd that way where he was wrestling, you know. But here's my other fantasy booking. I'm feeling creative. Is what if he wins? He takes the mic, right after the match, and he says, I don't want to, fight for the, the world title. I want to fight Ospreay. If Ospreay wins.
Well, that's why I was asking. I was wondering if he can which title he gets a shot at. Because Ospreay versus Trevor is obviously the next play, which is why which is one of the reasons I think MJF wins, is because that way you can just have a match with Trevor and Ospreay for no stakes, and just have some bangers, which seems like AEW's mindset.
Yeah, I feel like AEW would want to push that match off a little bit though, and kind of maybe introduce Trev with a couple, like Dynamite feuds and, 6 or 7 months down the line once he's like,
I don't know if Tony Khan's going to wait that long
Tony can't wait for anything.
Ricochet versus Ospreay,
No, he'll probably put it as match 3 on the Rampage.
It's going to happen sooner rather than later. I mean, think about this. When Bryan Danielson debuted at All Out back in 2021, which I was there for. What was it like? 3 weeks later, he's wrestling Kenny Omega.
Yeah, but I also, I feel like that's a little bit different though. That's like an actual like dream match that's never happened, and also
Okay, I'll give you
Bryan
that.
Danielson's just condition. You know what I mean? He's just an older guy who has a lot more health issues. So I feel like Tony might have been like, we're doing this right now. Just you never know.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Danielson's been mostly healthy for his run, and it's gone longer than I thought it would.
Yeah. So
What
now
about
for
you,
me-
DDJ?
So for me, I like this because again, there's so many people, there's so many unknowns in this match, like in terms of who's gonna be in it and stuff. But I'm gonna go with one of the guys that's been announced for this match, and I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page because I feel like that they're kind of slowly going back to steering us towards another Hangman Page. Again, his obsession with Swerve and getting the title just away from him and stuff. And I feel like I think this is how you did. This is the first step. I'm picking Hangman to win.
All right.
So next up we have for the world title, as Chris Jericho likes to call it. We have the learning tree himself, Chris Jericho, against the cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook. I think this feud has run its course. They've had some, it's been up and down, a lot of mixed reaction, I think, on this whole, Jericho learning tree gimmick that he's been doing. I think it's hilarious because I think it's so tongue in cheek, and I think it's, just parodying, or he's just taking what everybody is saying about him and just turning it up a few notches. But I feel like this feud has run its course. And obviously, I think this feud is done to help elevate Hook, and I think he gets the title back. He wins the FTW championship for the second straight year in London. So new champion Hook.
Hook, bangarang. That's what I think.
It has to.
Rufio, bangarang.
What was that, Shane?
You've been listening to Skrillex?
No, that's from the movie Hook.
Oh, well,
Rufio.
yeah, big shock. I've not seen that.
Remember that one? You remember
I've never seen Hook either.
with Robin Williams?
No, my wife loves it though.
Wow, that's a classic from when I was a kid. Yeah, Robin Williams is Peter Pan all grown up, or as
yeah. No, yeah. I like I've definitely I have memories of maybe it being on TV or seeing the cover or whatever. Like now that you're saying that, I know the premise.
Rufio,
as far as the match goes, it has to be Hook, right? Like for you can keep doing the learning tree shit if you want, and I would just highly recommend getting Chris Jericho off of the screen as quickly as possible. At least for a little bit, man. Send him home for a couple months.
Yeah.
Just
Good Lord. He's been on the TV for too long.
Yeah, give the people a break of Jericho. But anyways, this hasn't helped Hook at all. I don't think the way they've booked Hook entirely, I don't think has helped him. Like him fighting over a fake title, I don't think is
Don't tell Taz that's a fake title.
I don't know. Taz would kick my ass, but it is. It's like
you're taller than Taz.
That's not true. But anyways, yeah, I mean, in Hook, I especially think during this drug out portion with for the world championship, he definitely hasn't benefited from from Jericho holding the title. He just take it back, go be Taz's son, get as far away from Jericho as possible.
Yep.
Well, I think like I said, I think that feud ends after this match.
Boy, if it doesn't, it just completely ruins Hook.
Yeah, so
it's really hard for him to recover from that.
All right, so next up we have a three-way dance or a triple threat, man, whatever you want to call it, for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We have the EVPs and AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, defending against the Acclaimed and FTR. Shane, what are your thoughts on this? Who takes this one?
It's Young Bucks, Acclaimed, and what's the other tag team?
FTR.
Yeah, it's the Bucks, right?
I'm gonna just come out and say it too. I think Bucks retain and just it's gonna be luck. Like it's gonna be a fluke pin or something.
Yeah, I mean they're
Who's
just
in the acclaimed?
Anthony
Max
Bowens and
Caster
Max
and Anthony
Caster,
Bowens.
the rappers.
Oh
Listen,
God. Oh
Scissor
God.
me,
listen.
scissor me, Isaac.
Oh God.
What do you not like?
Me hate you.
Nah, it's not really my thing.
Everybody loves the acclaimed except you.
Shane Scissor.
Yeah.
He disappeared. I was gonna have Shane Scissor me since
I have a strong allergy to picking the Young Bucks as winners, so I'm going FTR.
All right.
Fuck the Young
Okay.
Bucks. Fuck the Bucks. I'll never pick them.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
see,
not get him started on that.
No,
Oh my
no. We
God.
only got a few more minutes here because I just got to get to bed and stuff. So
I'm a sweepy boy.
he's a sleepy boy. We got two more matches here. So we have I think it's called a London Ladders match. Ooh, and by the way, Isaac, you weren't kidding. I just looked at an update on the score. It's now 5-1 Milwaukee in the top of the second. They scored 5.
Wow, what a difference 20 minutes can make.
I told you.
Wow.
20 minutes real time. Baseball is a game that doesn't even use fake time.
No.
So we have. I'm trying to look it up here real quick. I just got distracted by.
Is this the four?
Who's the patriarchy? We got patriarchy.
It's the Christian 4-way London ladder match. Yeah, it's
Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne.
Yeah, so we have the
and then
patriarchy.
Bang Bang Bang. Who's
then
that?
We have the Bang Bang Game. Juice Robinson and the Guns. And then we have the House of Black. And then the last team is the Bastard Pack, and then Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli from the Blackpool Combat Club.
Guys. I like those guys.
I feel like just this patriarchy gimmick is just it's so good. Christian Cage is seriously one of the most criminally underrated wrestlers in the history of pro wrestling. He is so good, but yet gets a lot less love than he probably should. And I feel like that there's with them having the titles, it's the perfect fit right now. So I think the patriarchy retains.
Yeah, I mean, it just I don't think that any other team has enough like credibility to really take the belts off of them as far as being like the three-man teams. I mean, they hate House of Black for no reason. Pack and Blackpool is like a thrown together, whatever. And then, the Bang Bang Gang, I guess, whatever, that makes sense. Dude, all I hope is that at some point, like maybe when they lose the titles, Christian steps up and is a real dad and is like, Luchasaurus, take that fucking mask off. You're not a goddamn dinosaur, dude.
Cut your goddamn hair.
No, just take the mask. Why is he still Luchasaurus, Dennis? Tell me.
He's actually, I don't know why, but he's actually now has been known as Kill Switch.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, there was a Kill Switch in Lucha Underground. That was
no, that was Kill Shot.
Kill Shot.
Okay,
that was Swerve.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say
he still has a stupid dinosaur mask on.
Well, yeah, I want Christian to win too.
So I think we're all in agreement there.
Yeah,
so.
Why not? Why not?
All right, so now on to the main event of the evening. They're billing this as the final countdown: title versus career. We have Swerve Strickland defending the AEW World Heavyweight Championship against the winner of the men's Owen Hart charity tournament, Bryan Danielson. Again, if Danielson does not win the title, he has to retire. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Isaac, let's start with you.
Swerve's retaining.
Wow. You think the end of Bryan Danielson's career?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't be the first.
You over there?
It wouldn't be the first time, dude. His career's ended like 3 times now.
Yeah. Damn.
Shane, what about you?
So I was listening to Wrestling with Regret, Brian Zane. He put out his predictions earlier. And I agreed, with what he was saying. And it's kind of what I was thinking anyways, is I think all of these like hints and like the build up, of like, Danielson's kid, wants him to go home to be a dad, and all of these different things that they've said. I think it's just a red herring. Danielson's career is definitely, coming to an end, sooner than later in a full-time capacity. But if AEW ended on Sunday, right, and it's their last show ever, who better than Danielson, right? And like, if he doesn't win here, it might as well be his last show, his last show ever. I just, I feel like he's meant too much to the company. I feel like a huge win for him, would, mean a lot to the fans. And also, Dennis, think about the plausibility and the opportunity of maybe your pick coming and cashing in maybe immediately after the match and taking the belt
I didn't
off.
even think about that.
Yeah, off of Danielson, and that's kind of how they get around him being the champion. But he also doesn't end his career, and he gets the moment.
Ooh,
I like it.
Yeah, that was a Brian Zane heater as well.
So for me, again, another match. I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on. In fact, a little peek behind the curtain. I am still going back and forth on this match, but since it is time to make my official pick, I'm gonna go with what I'm thinking.
Go with your heart, dude. Go with your
As
heart.
much as I want to see Danielson win the big one in this type of environment, because this would rival when he won the championship at WrestleMania 30 and stuff. And I think that'd be so cool. I feel like it's just, I don't know.
Whose house?
I don't.
Whose
All right, you know what?
house?
I've got to make a pick right now. I'm just gonna come out and
Whose
say it.
house?
I'm gonna go with Swerve.
Whose house?
I'm gonna go with Swerve's house. I feel, but I don't. I think something's gonna happen. Like, I don't think this is gonna be clear. Like, something shady's gonna happen at some point. And I feel like, because we saw this on Dynamite a little bit with Nigel McGuinness conducting the fate, being the person with the mic, doing the face off with Danielson and Swerve. And the longtime Ring of Honor fans know the history between Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. And there's been rumors that these two are going to have one last match. Nigel's finally cleared to compete and stuff. And I don't know why, but I just have this feeling that, like, something's going to happen with Nigel McGuinness getting involved in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like I think Swerve retains. I'm just gonna go with what I'm thinking at the moment. Now, if we were to do this, let's say the next morning, the day of the show or whatever, I might have said Danielson, but I'm just gonna go with what I'm thinking right now, and I'm just gonna go with Swerve.
All right, there we go.
So,
I'm curious. This is really off the cuff. Do you have a picture with Swerve's manager there?
You what? Say that again.
Do you have a picture with Swerve's manager?
Prince,
you know what? You know what?
Pixar didn't happen. Prince Nana.
Prince Nana, yeah, dude.
You know what? Let's save it for next show, because if you had given me notice, I could have prepped something for the show.
I didn't.
Well, listen. Since we didn't have a Pixar, didn't happen for this one, for this particular episode, I think that Isaac should have to pick two and do double time.
Okay. Well, I'm picking Prince Nana for this episode, and we'll reveal first thing in the next episode whether or not I was right, and then we'll go and I'll have another one for the next episode too.
So breaking news, you're gonna get two picks, or it didn't happen, on our next episode of 5-Star Takes.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, well, gentlemen, this has been fun. I know you two are ready to get to bed and stuff.
Oh, I'm not going to bed.
I'm probably gonna go upstairs and probably fall asleep watching the Brewers game. So, everybody that's watching this, thanks so much for watching, and good night and enjoy the show. And if anybody who happens to be watching this is actually going to be at the show on Sunday. Have fun, and be safe.
Not too safe though, because then you don't have any fun.
Yeah, risk your career for one match.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I love you.
You know, the nice thing about this show being in London is that it's going to start early enough that by the time it's over, I don't have to go to bed right away.
What time is it?
I believe it starts at noon my time, so maybe I think 1 o'clock your guys' time.
So wow. Like 10:30 at night.
Yeah, well,
yeah, because there's 6 hours ahead of us. So.
Oh man, yeah, I'm not paying for it though, so I'm not shut out of luck anyway.
You got a strict 6 p.m. bedtime now.
Oh my god, dude! My first day back at work, breakfast is at 6:30. So I gotta be in the kitchen by like 4.
Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shooting Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
This episode and all episodes of 5 Star Takes are now available on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@5 Takes. Be sure to like and subscribe. Get all of your 5 Star Takes news and updates by going to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SHOOTINSHT. And as always, thanks for watching.